On a crisp spring morning, Oliver, a kind and gentle woodsman, ventured into the forest to gather firewood. Amid the soft sunlight filtering through the trees, he heard a faint sound, a soft whimper. Curious, Oliver followed the sound and found a tiny bear cub huddled beneath a fallen tree. The cub was alone, trembling and frightened. Compassion filled Oliver's heart. Kneeling gently, he wrapped the little bear in his coat. "I'll take care of you," he said softly, carrying the cub home to his cabin. He named the bear Bruno, and from that moment, the two became inseparable companions. A new beginning. In Oliver's cozy cabin, Bruno's life changed. The bear cub, once timid, became playful and curious, tumbling over rugs, knocking over barrels, and filling the space with life. Oliver's laughter echoed through the cabin as he watched Bruno grow. Their days were spent exploring the forest. Oliver taught Bruno how to catch fish by the river, climb trees, and forage for berries. Though Bruno often splashed more than he fished, Oliver remained patient, knowing he was teaching Bruno skills he'd need someday. The seasons pass. As the seasons changed, so did Bruno. By autumn, he was no longer a cub but a strong, spirited young bear. They played together in the colorful leaves, and Oliver marveled at how quickly Bruno had grown. Yet, Oliver knew that one day Bruno would need to return to the wild. The forest was his true home, but for now, their bond remained unshakable, a friendship rooted in love and trust. The test of loyalty. One fateful winter, a fierce snowstorm descended upon the forest. Oliver, out chopping wood, slipped on the icy ground and injured his leg. The blizzard howled and he couldn't make his way back to the cabin. Bruno, sensing something was wrong, pushed open the cabin door and bounded into the storm. Using his sharp nose, he tracked Oliver through the snow. Bruno found him, cold and weak, lying in the drifts. Without hesitation, Bruno knelt and allowed Oliver to climb onto his broad back. Step by step, the loyal bear carried his friend through the storm, braving the icy winds until they reached the safety of the cabin. Goodbye, but not forever. When spring arrived, Oliver knew it was time. At the edge of the forest, with sunlight streaming through the trees, he stood with Bruno, now a magnificent full-grown bear. "This is your home, Bruno," Oliver said, his voice tinged with sadness and pride. Bruno hesitated, nuzzling Oliver's hand one last time before lumbering into the trees. Oliver watched him disappear, tears glistening in his eyes. An unbreakable bond. Though Bruno had returned to the wild, he was never far. At dusk, Oliver would sometimes see a shadowy figure watching from the forest's edge. It was Bruno, standing guard over the man who had saved him. Years passed, but the bond between Bruno and Oliver never faded. Their story became a legend in the village, a tale of compassion, loyalty, and a love that bridged the divide between human and animal. As Oliver often said, kindness creates bonds that even time and distance cannot break.